All right, so today, what are we thankful for today? I'm throwing out the ChatGPT generated lists and going with something that feels authentic to me today. I talked about authenticity yesterday. Today, I'm going to talk about something that I am really grateful for, and that is the right to vote. And I don't care who your candidate is, nationally, statewide, locally, don't care. I am just happy that as a single woman who's not a property owner, I get the right to vote. That wasn't always the case for anyone in the United States. We started off, it was only white men who owned property. Then it became white men, and then other races, men. So it wasn't until 1920, so it's like 104 years ago, that women have had the right to vote. That's kind of mind-blowing, because if I think about it, my great-grandmother was born at the turn of the 20th century, 1900s. So she was, 20 when women got the right to vote. So in one more year, 21, when she turned 21, she was able to vote. But when she was born, women did not have the right to vote. That's kind of astounding to think about it. And the fact that we, and I'm using the we in all of us, kind of sometimes give up that ability to just go and vote is also astounding. That, there are people who in a lot of countries don't have that right. They have dictators installed, or they have monarchies, and they don't have the right to say who their leaders are going to be. And for us not to get out and do that, it's kind of sad. And as a Gen Xer, I remember the Rock the Vote that MTV did back in the 90s, when Bill Clinton was running for president. And whether you like him or not, and whether he inhaled or not, it was a very trendy thing to do back then, to go on MTV and try to get my age group, because he was actually the first president. The 92 election would have been the first presidential election I was eligible to vote in. So that kind of, I kind of have fond memories of that era. But anyway, so I know we're all going to be also grateful that the political ads will come to an end. And now comes the rest of the problem about how the election actually ends up, and will the people who win graciously, and the people who lose, will they lose graciously and accept the outcomes of the election? That is a whole different kettle of fish that I do not want to ever get into, especially not online, because it brings out, the fanatics and the crazies, and I don't want to talk about that. This is not a political at all political. It's just being thankful that as a single woman, I have the right to vote and to hopefully select the people who represent what I believe, and that if the other people who win and they don't represent my way of beliefs, that we still live in a country with we can have discourse, peaceful discourse, and we can talk about our differences without resorting to violence and horrible things like that. So basically, that's what I'm saying. I don't care who your candidate is. Just let's be thankful we all, as Americans, have the right to vote for who our conscience believe is the right candidate. Nationally, locally, statewide, it doesn't matter. So anyway, that's what I'm grateful for today. I hope everyone has gotten out to vote, and we'll find out what happens this evening. See you tomorrow.